Wars Episode 2, The Farce Awakens.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yes.
The Farce Awakens. It is farcical, that's for sure.
Yes, I'm Justin.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Alex.
And we're here to talk about geek stuff and
Geek out.
Have fun and talk about all the things that are going on in the geek world right now.
Lots of geeky stuff over the past week.
I'm just precursoring that this is my general emotion right now.
Okay.
So.
Oh, nice.
That's it.
That's lovely.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Lovely.
Yeah, just
Good
because this is a not safe for work episode.
That's it. Well, they all are, but
right.
No, that's why if there's a difference between last week and this week, because this is the last couple of weeks.
Well, I'm super
That's what dieting will do to people. And dieting just makes you happy and
to you,
feel so good about yourself.
Yay. It's all happening, Amy. It's all happening.
It's all happening.
All right, well, shall we...
and please ignore my Tampa Bay Rays cup. I am a Yankee fan, but this was from a Yankees-Rays game, so...
All that was clean.
It was all that was clean.
Vicious lies. You can ask Alex.
I have no cup to show support. No, sorry.
And we're going old school here. Old school representing.
I have my work undershirt on because I just came from work and I'm super loopy right now because of that. So, yay! Hooray!
I have a scoop neck tee with a satin tie back. I mean, what are we? We're doing fashion every week then.
Yeah, here we go.
That's what I'm saying. We're showing everything off. What the fuck?
Alrighty, let's get on the topics here. Topical topics!
Topics that are topical.
As we did last week, I like to start with the numbers from this past weekend. And the biggest film of the weekend, take a guess. Any ideas?
Zootopia.
Zootopia, $75 million.
Whoa, very nice opening.
Biggest Disney opening ever, I believe.
Biggest Disney animated opening ever. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That was on the top of my head, I know that.
There you go. Coming in second place is London Has Fallen.
Okay, I've seen the previews, so I'm not...
I never saw the first one where it was White House Down or White House
Fallen. I was wondering
if there's two of them. There was White House Down, which was Jamie Foxx.
Right, and
somebody else.
Channing
and then this
Tatum,
is...
right?
Yeah, that was Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
And then
Channing Tatum.
And then this is Gerard Butler. And
that one, with the president thingy.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of it being the White House, he's in London, and now London
is falling.
Yes.
London falling to the faraway towns.
He cannot get rid of the Scottish accent. No matter if he's trying to be Irish, English, American. To me, it is always detected that he has such a Scottish accent.
I can't recall off the top of my head at the moment, but I don't think that he was trying to go any other accent. He sounded Scottish in the previews to me. I don't think that he was trying to go for I am a tough guy or I'm a tough guy bloke type of deal. I think he was still in his own vein.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Third place was Deadpool at another 16.7. I think that's close to $600 million worldwide now.
Wow.
And now we have the moment of hanging our head in shame.
Yes.
For why?
Still not seeing it.
We still haven't seen it. Hang our heads in shame.
Still have not seen it.
Everyone hang your heads in shame.
Alex, we're seeing it next week.
Yes.
And my mom wants to see it, so we got to bring her too.
Okay.
You should warn her about the pegging sequence.
Don't say anything. I told her it's super uber violent.
Yeah,
it's super uber many things, not just violent.
Mom's gonna, I mean, She doesn't.
She was real excited about it. I showed her the preview, and I watched a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff, and I showed her how it got like
behind the scenes stuff.
No, but and I showed her. I know what pegging is. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, but mommy doesn't know what pegging is.
I'm sure in her 70 years of life on this earth, Mom knows what, like, anal sex is.
I appreciate the conversation, but can we move on, please?
I'm sorry. No, we're going to stay on this one for a minute. I don't think... Mommy may know what anal sex is, but there's no way she knows what pegging is. No way.
Well, she'll find out.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. I don't want to get that phone call after that movie.
Well,
do you know what your sister and brother made me watch?
No, I told her, I showed her the inception of how it started, the original footage that Reynolds and the team did, and I told, and she was really excited. I said it is uber violent.
Okay.
I was like, it's rated R for cursing and absolute violence and bloodshed. So.
And pegging.
All right, I'll tell her pegging. But I don't want to know how.
No, don't tell her. No, forget it. Don't tell her.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would make a better episode.
We should do like a phone reaction of your mother seeing.
No, but it would make a really good part of an episode. So let's just do it and see what happens next week.
Okay. Moving on. Number 4 was the new Tina Fey movie, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, it's $7.4 million.
And what did it cost to make, do you know?
I think it was like under 25 or 40, somewhere in that range.
So they'll probably make it back.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I think it'll make it back.
And then in 5th place was, I don't know.
Worldwide, it'll make it back.
Well, maybe.
What's in 5th place?
Gods of Egypt.
Again. Now I'm seeing this little Messiah thing running around. This country's going crazy.
Oh, well, there's a whole, I mean, like, we don't even have to, we're not going to get into it tonight, but I recently discovered there's a whole, like, subgenre of Christian films.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That exist on a completely different, like, playing field, and they just get released, and all these people know about them, and I'm like, what? When did that happen? But,
no, there's a whole subculture of.
Please.
We
get to live with most of them, Justin. You get to escape to the relative calm of New York City.
Sanity of New York City, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And we have to deal with all the Southern Baptists down here.
Remember the show 8 is Enough?
Yes.
With John and Kate? No, sorry.
No. This is way before your time, Alex.
Okay. Yeah.
This is way before your time. So in the 70s, there was a show called 8 is Enough. And what was the most, like, famous kid, Justin? The curly hair, and he stayed famous. He was in Charles in Charge.
Yes, I know who you're talking
That
about.
sidekick. He went on to do a whole superhero series, like a Christian superhero.
Yeah,
he dressed up in this blue. He was Bible Man or something like that.
That's not Kirk Cameron, is it?
No, not Kirk Cameron. But Kirk
Cameron. This is all way before your.
Kirk Cameron does have a series of movies himself.
Yeah, he's a fucking wacko.
Like the Left Behind series, where it's like post-rapture kind of thing.
Right.
All right, we're way off topic.
Very true. Real quick before we move on.
We always said religion and politics were off topic on
this is actually related to the numbers. So all of the reviews that I have read about Zootopia have been pretty phenomenal, and that
I want to see it. It looks hysterical.
On top is that they think that this is a movie that, even though it's it's Disney animation, that the demographic might be a little bit older than what they had intended because of the underlying message of the movie. And no one's given away what the underlying message of the movie, but it has to do a lot with I don't know how it's obviously it's not racial equality.
No, but it's tolerance and equality.
Yeah, and it's got a really positive message, so I'm down. I want to see this movie.
Yeah, I'd really like to see it too. Are you going to take the kids to see it, Justin?
Yeah, we're planning. I'd like to take them to see that, definitely. One of the interesting things I read about that movie was that as they were in development, there's the fox character and the rabbit character.
Yes,
Mhm.
Nick Wilde and Lieutenant Judy Hopps.
Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
A year into the production of the movie, they realized that they had to swap those roles. So they were well into production, and they realized it wasn't working the right way that they wanted to, so they swapped those characters. They were actually the reverse. The bunny was the kind of the one looking, and the fox was the cop, and they switched it halfway through production.
Interesting.
And then I read this other thing that there's like a newscaster that has a major part of the story, and that in different countries where the movie is released, that the newscaster animal is a different animal. So like in America, it's a moose, but in like China it's something else, and in England it's something else. I don't know. It didn't go into detail. The article that I glanced at.
And since we're talking about Pixar really quickly, did everybody watch the full Finding Dory trailer?
I have not seen it. No.
But this is not. Zootopia is Disney Animation. They're not Pixar.
Not Pixar.
Right. Well, I mean, while we're on animation, because it's.
Right.
I have seen. You know, I will.
It looks really good. It looks really good.
I'm kind of averse to the whole idea of let's do a sequel 15 years later, but I'll see it. It looks good. The full trailer looks good, and it looks interesting enough that I think that it can work.
It looks adorable, and I love that like the original cast is back, even like the original Sea Turtles and Albert Brooks.
Yeah,
and, so it's great.
Dead, so I would hope they'd try and bring as many people back.
I'm not dead. I just meant they're
I know. I am agreeing with you. Andy.
Is Bruce the Shark in it?
I don't know. He's not in any of the trailers.
He's not been in a trailer, I believe. Yeah.
A lot.
I want Bruce the Shark in it. All right, so let's go on to headlines. Headlines.
Okay.
All right, I think Alex led off last week, so let's Amy lead off on headlines.
Do I need to?
I say no.
What?
Do I need to say what the headline is? It's, of course, my headline is going to be Game of Thrones. Let's just get it going.
Yeah, it was good. It was all right.
Wow, this is not the kind of reaction I was expecting from you, dear brother.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I was like,
I'm sorry. I
rewatched it. I paused it. I analyzed it. I figured shit out.
Well, I figured that would be the case, and so to help us get through this without spending an inordinate amount of time, I have pulled up an in-depth review of, quote, all the secrets hidden in the Game of Thrones brand new trailer, and it goes through it in succession, so we could talk about each moment as it comes up in the trailer.
Right.
We don't have to spend. We don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of time on it.
Why don't we talk about
favorite moments?
Sorry, I forgot to put my phone on.
Ooh, shame.
I know.
Shame.
And that was Aunt Joy, but it kind of fits in her thing is the Jetsons doorbell. Boo, 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 boo. So why don't we talk about what stood out since I'm starting? I'll start with what stood out to me the most, and we can just talk on that real quick.
Sure.
Well, I had said, I guess the thing that Alex hadn't seen, Justin, you and I had talked about, was Bran standing. He never saw the photos that you and I saw.
Uh-huh. Well, but that's a vision. He's not really standing.
Yeah, that's what I said to Alex. Yeah, that's what I said.
Because no one gets that close to the Night King anyways and lives to tell the tale, and clearly Bran's going to live, so he's warging or having some kind of vision or something.
He's having a vision.
And that's why I'm wondering who's I don't know. So he doesn't need a human body to be in a human body form when he wargs? That was my question.
He's not warging.
It's just a vision with the crow?
Okay. He's more than a warg.
Okay.
Right.
He's way more than a warg.
So is this something, and I don't know if this is something that I don't think it's been dealt with in the I almost said the films, in the television show, and maybe you can reveal if it's been so in the books. It seems that everything leading up in Bran's storyline, as far as the visions have been concerned, have been provided by the three-eyed raven. Are we going to get to a point where Bran starts interacting in that way without the help of the
I don't want to
three-eyed
know
raven?
that.
Or
I don't want to know
Or
that.
is the three-eyed raven kind of like a Yoda
That's
figure?
spoilers. I don't want to know that. We're talking about the trailer.
Do
I
they
was just
talk
curious.
about that in the books? That's all. If the three-eyed...
I'm not going to reveal any of that.
All right.
No, don't.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
don't.
Anyways, Justin...
You can call me at a side conversation.
Okay,
and
we
I'll
can have a
reveal
side
what
Yeah,
I
conversation.
wanna
that's
know.
not fair. That's
Yeah.
not fair to me.
Fair enough.
Because I don't want to. And then I think the Night's Watch at the end trying to thwart
Sir Davos.
Sir Davos, right? I
Is that
thought
what we
that
were
was
talking about at the very end with the whole my fighting is not very good and
So,
Yeah.
I
so forgive
apologize.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So forgive me for what I'm
I
about
think
to
he's
do.
I think he was talking to Ghost.
You
No,
think he
he
was
wasn't
talking to
talking to
Ghost?
He was talking
Yeah,
to the-
like
No, he was not talking to Ghost.
he
I
was
think that
talking to the.
I think he was just having a tongue-in-cheek moment with the Night's Watch.
Right, I thought he
Yeah.
was having a tongue-in-cheek moment with
Not with the
Ghost.
dog, little.
Of course, I think Khaleesi is being brought back to the
Vias Dothrak or whatever the name of the city
yeah
is.
where the Dothraki are from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which she's not been to. So.
No,
Right,
I wonder
that's right.
if
They didn't get
I
there.
wonder if word of her has gotten there. Do you know that in the books?
And it's been a while, so I don't remember.
So you don't remember?
But they kind of like that's the whole thing is that like the kind of where book 5 ends is she's been that scene where at the end of season 4 where the dragon she flies off on the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where book 5 ends. So you don't I don't know. That's kind of there are certain things that they've moved around time wise and structure wise that make it work better on TV, I guess. But
Right.
from the book standpoint, like I think I told Amy this one time a couple months ago, maybe after the season 5 ended, or right, we're season 6 coming up,
Season 6 coming up.
Yes.
and that I'm in the same boat now as you guys because there are things that I know that have happened in the book that haven't happened on the show yet, but they've screwed around with the timeline and the structure that I'm a little confused as to what's next and where they're going on certain things.
Well, I
Right.
keep hearing something about. I stopped reading because again I don't want to know too many spoilers. But I mean, obviously we saw Targaryens fighting. You saw Targaryen armor. So they're talking about there being flashbacks and some kind of tower something vision.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it. I mean, I know that I read the name. What's the name,
The
Justin?
the
Tower of Joy.
the Tower of Joy.
Right.
Tower of
That's supposed to be like why we're seeing Targaryen armor
Well,
and Stark armor. There are
There's
people
that
also
one-
wearing
there's that
Stark
one-
armor.
There's that group of like 5 to 6 guys, and they're pulling out swords, and one of them is clearly a young Ned Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Clearly.
And
So
I mean, I don't think there's been anything. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Like we don't know the details of what happened, but
Yes,
I'm
we do.
pretty sure that they've been referenced already. That somebody
No.
has told that story somewhere of
No.
what happens in the Tower of Joy. Like I don't think I'm giving anything away if I say what happens. I think we don't know the exact details of what happens in there, but we know the gist of the story of what happens there. That's been told on the show before.
Oh, that Ned was going to get his sister,
Right. Right.
and that the Targaryens were trying to stop. The Targaryens you see in the trailer, I think, are the Targaryens that are trying to stop Ned and them getting to the tower.
Right. We're gonna.
It's just the whole. It goes to the R plus L.
equals-
That whole theory that this is, that I know about. That's not a spoiler
Right,
for me
right,
because I've
right,
watched. I know the whole theory behind who Jon Snow really is.
Well,
Who Jon Snow may be.
Well, I said theory.
Yes, the theory as to who he is or who he may be.
Right.
But we're going to get that. We're going to get that flashback. They're going to show us something.
Because and then like the whole
Do you think we have Sean Bean CGI'd to look younger?
No, not CGI'd. Just
I think it's stand-in.
You might be stand-in. It might be all in shadow, so it just kind of looks like him, but it's not. It's not a young Sean Bean.
Okay.
Right. I think we would have seen headlines of Sean Bean on set over the past couple of months.
Yeah.
Mm.
So sorry, Justin. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I don't even know what I was going to say, so don't worry about it.
I'm excited that we're finally getting back to the Greyjoy situation. That has been left untouched for a while now, and I'm very
takes up like almost a whole book. So I don't know how they're gonna shorten it down into. It's literally like probably most of like book 3, or must be book 3. That the whole thing about it's called the King's Moot, and this battle.
MOOT.
Yeah, King's Moot is what they call it. It's so that Theon and Yara's father dies, and there's a challenge for who should be the king of the Ironlands, and it's called the King's Moot, and each member of the tribe who wants to be the king has to put forth why they should be the one to be king and stuff. So there's like, it's kind of like a voting kind of thing, but they each have to present themselves as to why, and I think Yara tries to become king, and it's interesting. It's really like it's one of the more politically intricate things that they go through in the book. So I'm curious as to how they're gonna get through it on the show.
By condensing it.
By condensing it, because literally.
They can't spend as much time.
No,
there are other storylines going on. The whole everything that's happening in King's Landing with Jaime and Cersei, and everything that's going to be going on north of the Wall or at the Wall. So yeah. They can't spend all of season 6 on. I'm sure they'll spend a good chunk of season 6 on what's going on in the Iron Islands, but nothing that'll take up the whole storyline.
We shall see. How many? 6 more weeks? 7 more weeks?
Yeah. What is it? April 24th? April 22nd? Something like that. I'm excited.
Who was what's Theon Greyjoy's sister's name?
Yara.
Yara.
Now, who was Yara making out with? That wasn't Melisandre, was it?
I don't think that was Yara making out with anybody. I just think it was 2 women.
Well, I do agree that the woman on the right kind of maybe sort of could be looking like Yara, but
I thought that was Yara, yeah.
How would Melisandre, unless that's some kind of weird vision, but Melisandre looks like all sorts of shook in this trailer. Like, she is not the same kind of red whatever sorceress she was before.
Yeah, because she thinks like she said, it's a lie. But then again, you do see her taking her dress, like going to disrobe at some point. When she's going to sit on some D, she's looking for some of that
king's blood.
That king's blood. So she's thinking it's somewhere, or it is somewhere, or somewhere.
I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all excited, and it's gonna be a good season. I think that's a good conclusion to draw.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh yeah, no, I mean I can't wait for that freaking thing to get back already.
Right.
It's been way too long.
It's amazing, and it's so funny because you remember at the end of last season, all those people, how many of like those reaction videos you saw, and much like our little brother Alex saying, "Fuck Game of Thrones, that's it, I'm done. This was the last straw. It's over. That's it. It's like they're fucking with me too much," and like it's gonna be even more than what debuted season 5, I'm betting.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like The Walking Dead too. It's like no character is safe. They will kill somebody when they feel like it has to be done. There's this, I'm sure you guys have seen this picture. There's this picture on the web. Somebody took all 5 books and put a sticky note on every page where somebody dies, and then took a picture of all 5 books stacked on top of each other with different sticky notes. Every page where somebody dies throughout the books. So,
I forgot.
yeah, from Game of Thrones.
Oh, you should pull that up.
I'll see if I can find it. All right, so
All right,
we're all in
moving.
agreement. So, Alex, you go with your headline.
Well, my headline is from today, and I'll I'll apologize to our sister. I want to talk about the Iron Man Civil War trailer that just came out today.
Apologize.
No, I guess we'll get to that in a second. I think it's interesting the way that Marvel is kind of structuring this these trailer releases, because to me, the whole storyline of Captain and his friend. Again, I don't want to spill too much, because Amy, you haven't seen any of these movies.
It does. You have to be able to completely talk freely of what you two know, because
I think it's interesting how they're presenting the Bucky storyline, because
and it's not like I'm zero clueless. Holy shit, that's awesome!
There you go.
There you go.
That is rad.
Death.
Right.
Wow.
Very cool. Because it seems like in the first
it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker. Sorry, that's great. Wow.
That's what she said.
In the first couple of trailers, I mean, it's very apparent here, where the split, that Captain is trying to look out for his friend, and he's, now he's convinced that he's, turned from whatever darkness had him, and he wants to try and prove it.
Do they kill Iron Man, or are they just trying, like in the world, is Iron Man dead?
No, Iron Man's alive.
Okay.
There is a great.
And there's
shot
a scene
in
of
this
the
trailer.
big the long trailer, where the two of them are kicking the shit out of each other, out of Iron Man.
That's the premise of the majority of the movie. That because because Captain America is trying to save his childhood friend, this guy named Bucky, who got turned into the Winter Soldier.
Bucky.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm just laughing at the name Bucky.
You're way off, so you can just stop.
Okay, correct me.
Well, if I correct you, then I'm gonna blow like the whole wad on the movie. It's like it's not.
So that's
the movie is not about Cap trying to save Bucky. Okay, what the setup of the movie is about the control trying to be placed on the Avengers by the government. Right, so they're showing you that in the latest trailer. It's General Ross is saying, look, you guys are you're out of control. People are scared. We got to put a leash on you.
Right.
And Tony agrees with that, which is uncharacteristic, because Tony normally would be he's the rebel, right? And Cap would normally be the one that would go along with that, because he's the soldier. But if you watched Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. Right. If you watch Winter Soldier, Cap's faith in the system is shattered. Right. So now he's much more of the rebel. That's that one line in the trailer where he goes, I don't know, Tony. He's like, if I see a situation going south, I'm going to want to do something about it. And then Tony goes, and I just sometimes want to punch you in your perfect teeth. But the Bucky part of it is because of all the things that he's done in the past, which is how possibly the Black Panther gets tied in. We haven't even seen the main villain, which is Baron Zemo.
That's because that was the thing that I didn't get to.
That's all we've seen is glimpses of Crossbones. But Baron Zemo hasn't even been shown yet.
Because I was wondering if there was going to be even, and again, having not read the source material, like a villain storyline.
No. They're changing this Civil War version in the film has very little structurally to do with the comic book version. Okay. The comic book version had what happens is in the comic books there's another group of younger heroes, and they try to go save a situation, and one of the heroes uses their powers to do something, and it's in Connecticut, and what happens is like a school blows up or something, and like 200 people get killed. And the governments of the world say, all right, this is it. We're done with this bullshit. All superheroes have to register with this. It's called the Superhero Registration Act, and they have to reveal who they are. What are you chuckling about?
I just find that amusing.
That superheroes have to. It's like an Incredibles.
Yes,
storyline.
it's just.
Well, the Incredibles got it
meanwhile,
from Marvel, yeah.
It's just funny. I don't know. It's just funny because then coming from the DC side, where everybody's trying to keep their identity secret and have dual, stuff. You guys are in a whole nother world where it's like, hey, my name is Twiddle Thumbs, and I could shoot lasers out of my fingers, and I'm a mutant.
Not everybody wants it to. Not everybody wants to be part of it, and there's this rift.
I will say the full length trailer that I saw in the theater. I think it was before FARCE.
It was
Awakens. That's the one that looked more interesting to me because it didn't. The most interesting to me because it didn't feel very like, goody type of stuff. I liked that there was like a split. That everybody wasn't all like hunky dory.
Well, I mean, hunky dory. I don't know what.
Hunky dory.
Did you watch the thing today? If you didn't watch the thing that came out today, then there's no hunky dory.
Yeah. No, people aren't getting
along.
That's
what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I liked out of all the trailers.
Did you watch the one that came out today?
The Together We Stand?
No, there was a new trailer that dropped today.
Yes. That's why I brought it up, because it happened today.
Do you have it?
Do
you have it queued up, Alex?
I don't have it queued up.
But I'm not saying that they are all hunky-dory. Aren't they fighting?
Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about then. You just said it.
I'm saying generally it seems
I think Amy's making a generalization.
I'm saying I like this one better because they are not all hunky-dory, because there's a rift, because they're superhero friends that are now, on opposite sides of the fence. That's what I got from the storyline. Isn't that the storyline?
Yes. Yes.
That's why I'm saying I like it better than the originals, the other more traditional Marvel stuff where they're all together, fighting together for one cause as a team.
Well,
I like this one.
They'll come back together because...
I know that. I can't even say I liked it and why I liked it.
It didn't sound like you liked it.
Yeah, you were just mocking the whole Marvel.
I was mocking
before that.
I was mocking the teaser thing that has been running, where it's just like the military sound of "Together we stand" and the pictures just flash and then nothing goes away. No, I'm not mocking the idea of the movie. I liked this one best out of all of them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
but
what I'm asking you right at this moment is, did you watch the trailer that came out today? Then you don't know what you're talking about at the moment. You just play the trailer.
See my screen? Is it up?
That's what she said.
Your point is that they all come together at the end of the movie again, right?
No, I'm not saying that it happens in this movie. I'm saying it happens 5 movies from now.
I'm so confused.
Can you guys see the YouTube clip that I have?
No.
How
the thing is, all I'm saying is I think this movie is about them fighting against each other. Yes, and that's why I like it better.
Okay.
That's why I don't understand why you guys keep arguing with me.
Alex, what are you doing?
And my computer is farting out. So it's farting out on me.
Don't worry about it.
Do you guys understand that I understand?
Yes. Yes, we understand.
Okay.
We understand.
Jesus Christ. I like it because conflict.
Okay, there we go.
All right,
I'm back. I gave up. Yeah, I'm giving up. Hey, you should watch it after we're done here.
Hold on.
It's very good.
I will watch it.
I'll bring it up.
I still think I'm gonna say, wow, it looks like there's a lot of conflict, and it looks like the one that I like the most so far.
Which is why you should watch the first 2 Captain America movies and the first 2 Avenger movies and all 3 Iron Man movies and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you
And
like Guardians of the Galaxy.
You would
no,
love
that I didn't even like the animation CGI form that it was in. I didn't like.
What are you talking about?
You are smoking some good shit, Amy. I don't know what the hell you're
I
talking
don't.
about.
Why do I have to like it?
Yeah, but you don't even know. All right, just shut up and watch this.
I don't even like the stupid raccoon in the tree, and it's not like I don't know.
Watch this.
Oh my god, I'm not allowed. This is why it's called SIB Wars, because I have to be a Marvel fan.
You don't have to be a fan. You just have to watch the movies.
Fuck you.
No sound.
That's
No.
fine. Right?
No?
No
No
sound.
sound.
Damn it.
Oh, look, it looks like there's a lot of conflict.
These are flashbacks, Amy. You're a jerk.
Cap goes, okay, that's enough.
I can't believe he's still alive.
Black
The,
Panther.
the character, not the actor, obviously.
Iron Man, Iron Man. And I'm not crazy about Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I am.
I am.
I know you guys are. No, I mean I like her, but I don't see her as a superhero. Like kick ass enough-ery. She's too, I don't know.
I like that.
That's
I
cool.
want to know what that is. Little mini Iron Man in a watch just for your hand. Down goes War Machine. Oh, Don Cheadle. This may
Be a movie with a lot of conflict.
I'm gonna just say, like, every Baby Metal song is super lame, and every Blind
true.
Melon song is super lame, and every
Shh. I'm watching even though I can't hear it.
You can do those
I could do this all day. Bam. Yes! Yes! Oh my god!
Wait, the best
know.
part is coming.
I'm aware, because I've seen it. Underoos. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Well, this I mean I knew that Spider-Man was there at the end of it because I saw the GIF of it, and I read about this.
Right. I love it. I love the new costume. I love the fact that the eyes now are a part of the costume and they're not just
Who's in it? Who is it?
stupid face.
Who's Spidey?
I think it's still dumbass.
No,
So
it's
that
not.
English
It's
kid?
not. It's a different English kid. It's Tom Holland.
Why do I know that name?
Holland. Yeah.
I know that name. Oh, look.
IMDb him.
Oh my god, I don't care. Oh my god, I don't care. Tom Holland.
Yeah, I know, I'm just trying to see where I know him from.
Oh.
He's like 14 years old.
Well, they're playing him as a high school student.
A high school student.
As is what he should be.
But in the
Best known for playing the title role in Billy Elliot the Musical and
right, that's why I knew that name. I love that movie.
No.
He wasn't in the movie.
He's not in the movie.
He's in the
production.
Broadway production. I don't think.
Right.
Yeah, born June 1st,
so wait a minute. So in the comic books,
20.
when all this shit is going down, Peter Parker is still
In high school.
only a teenager?
Yeah.
I think that the Spider-Man. No, I think the Spider-Man storyline continues. At least I can't remember if there are multiple universes.
No, of course. I mean, he becomes a man, but I'm just trying to figure out the timing of all this.
It's okay. Sometimes they age and sometimes they don't. It's like it's the same as any comic book. There's always reboots. There's always restarts and everything, and they go back to being who they were when they originally started. And so,
Well,
it's just like,
why wouldn't this be a really good opportunity to make Spider-Man an adult, like that? We haven't had that type of a Spider-Man movie.
we don't want
where,
that kind of.
Yeah. The
Okay,
fans don't.
the Marvel fans don't want that. The
How come?
Because that's the appeal and the joy of what Spider-Man is and why he's so popular all this time and with every generation of kid that comes up reading Marvel is because you can see yourself in him. He's a kid who suddenly has ridiculous powers and abilities, and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they haven't had Spider-Man yet. Ignore the Sam Raimi movies.
No, I know because of that whole Sony thing and
Yeah, but this is now
Marvels.
it's both. Marvel and Sony struck a deal. Marvel wanted Spider-Man in this movie, so they struck a deal with Sony to get the character licensing to some degree so that they can have him and Sony can keep him as well. And Marvel will help Sony develop the Spider-Man movies so that they're good and that they have a continuity that connects to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So we're gonna start we're gonna start with all new Spider-Man movies again.
Yes, but it will not be an origin film. When they're not going to go back and do an origin.
Okay.
Because we know
we need another fucking Batman movie. We need another fucking Superman movie. Like everyone knows that origin. So it's like I'd rather just jump in, and and you can do it like you do it in the comic book, which is the first page of a comic book is always here's who this person is, and he had this happen to him. Exposition, yeah. Basil Exposition takes over on page 1. And let you know what's happened. Like Kevin Smith always says, every comic book is somebody's first comic book. So that's why you have to have that opening page to say who the character is and how they got their powers as quickly as you can, and you move on to the story, and you're in.
Yep.
And so the closest was the first Sam Raimi film. When that first came out, that was like, wow, Peter. But they jumped ahead so far that, now he's graduated high school and he's off in college. And, yeah, that happens in the story, but much slower than what happened in the movie. Like, spend time with him being in high school. Like, the cartoon that's on Disney right now called Ultimate Spider-Man, he's in high school. So he's dealing with, the fact that he's got these powers, but he got to go to school, and he wants to be with the girls and all that kind of stuff, which is what boys are drawn to for Spider-Man. And the way they're positioning the Spider-Man character in this movie, in Civil War, is going to be, so whatever happens to him, the spider bites him, he gets his powers, and
you think they're going to put that in this?
No,
this?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
No need. We know the story.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like because it's like I'm a fan of the first Tobey Maguire movie.
The first one's good.
I like the second one too. I like the second one too.
One's not bad either. My problem with most superhero movies, except like Dark Knight didn't do it, and I mean Tim Burton's Batman, you assume Joker is dead, but you never see the body, right? Or he goes in and there's just the laughing box,
the chattering teeth,
right? Or whatever, the chattering teeth. And what I hated about the first Spider-Man and the second Spider-Man is that they killed the villains. You don't kill the villain. I don't need that kind of closure. Like, Batman puts them in Arkham Asylum and then they figure out how to get out, which is the worst place you ever want to put a criminal in all of Gotham.
And he still pulls them back there.
It kind of reminds me of the Mike Myers movies when, it's like, just take a gun and shoot him. Come on, we'll do it together.
I'll just do it myself.
We'll do it. Go to my room.
I gotta go.
We can go do it. Right, it's like they
go to close the door and assume that everything goes according to plan.
You just don't get it, do you? You really don't get it.
So disappointed in you, Scott.
So disappointed, Scott.
Scott! That's one of the best Fred Norris lifts. One of his Yeah, the Scott
Great.
the engineer lifted from that. Always doing that one. It's a good one.
So I could go on for hours
Yeah,
on just that trailer. Just like Amy could go on for hours on the Game of Thrones trailer. I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see this movie. The running time is clocking it at 147 minutes.
Wow!
Yeah. So
I
it's
didn't
good.
know that. Jeez.
That's
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. So
They're trying to like.
Oh, I'm so excited. Will you come with
it'll
me?
be the
Amy?
longest. It's the longest.
Yes, I will go. I will go see this one because this one to me looks more interesting. And since we're doing this also, I will go. I will go see this one.
I don't think that you necessarily have to watch both of the movies in preparation for this one.
She
Just to
should
correct
watch-
me if I'm wrong, she
she
should watch
should
the two. She should watch Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, and you have to give her a primer because she'll be lost.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Why can't I just read shit online?
I mean, sure. If you want to read
Sure,
synopses,
fine.
go ahead. But it's
Sure,
more fun
sure,
to
fine,
watch
read.
a movie that's actually like I don't know.
Sure, fine, do
good.
that reading
It's
thing.
not-
Why
it's
would
not-
you want?
It's
This
not
way
like
I
we're
could.
making you watch Michael Bay movies or something like that. These are
No,
good
I'm
films.
not saying. Well, you have them on. You have them on DVD.
No, I don't have all of them on DVD.
A bunch of them are on Netflix.
Yeah, I think Winter Soldier's on Netflix right
It
now.
might be.
So
It might be.
I'll look. If Winter Soldier, I'll write it down. Just Winter Soldier then.
Yeah, Captain
At
America.
least
Winter Soldier.
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
All
All right.
Okay,
So,
to the war.
well, my headline.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
Justin,
sorry,
that's
your headline.
what. Maybe we should save the war part
March.
till next.
Jeez.
Maybe we should. Hello.
Hello.
Why don't we save the war part till next week? Because we're already at 10:20,
All right.
and this way we won't go too over. That's the only thing I was talking about. So because
Make me
it's not
waver
fair to
even
not
more.
give
This is-
Justin any time,
This is a
And then
double,
we'll-
maybe.
and then we'll go over.
Okay, so my headlines are more actual headlines than this. Star Wars Episode 7 Blu-ray comes out April 1st.
April 1st.
So I will be getting that. I'm sure you will too.
Yeah.
Here's one I'm not thrilled with,
Okay.
Mhm.
that there will be a Batman v Superman R-rated cut.
Yes,
Mhm.
I saw that as well.
Why are you not? Yeah, I saw that as well.
I don't know that we need an R-rated Batman versus Superman film.
Mhm.
I think it's going to
I
be
think-
hard enough. I think it's going to be hard enough PG-13 that I'm hesitant to take my youngest child to go see, for sure.
Oh, I wouldn't take.
Oh, I
Gavin
wouldn't
to
take
go
Gavin.
see.
But he loves
See, an
Batman.
R-rated,
Batman's his
yeah.
favorite character in the world right now. And he sees the commercials and he's like, oh, Batman.
Let me phrase. In this context, let's say Aiden picks up an interest in reading comics, very much so. He's got a very, very good high interest in it, and he really loves it.
Right.
Would you let Aiden read a Frank Miller Batman comic?
He's 10.
I understand that, and I understand that it's kind of like from a comic book to a movie. It's a big jump, especially because the whole rating system in movies is supposed to.
No, but say when you're saying
But
he's
again-
10, yes, that's too old, or 10, like.
No, 10
Well,
like...
no, 10.
No, 10 like he could handle a Frank Miller comic book.
Okay, yeah, that's
Do
what I
you
was
think
thinking.
that? Okay, well, do you think Aiden could handle an R-rated Batman Superman movie? Not an R-rated movie, an R-rated Batman Superman movie.
My question is, okay,
It's probably going to be
and
violence.
I'll relate this to Marvel, okay? Because so the big thing that came out of the Deadpool movie was great. R-rated superhero movies work, and that's true, and they've worked for a long time. Everybody's like, oh, "This is the first R-rated superhero movie." No, Blade, The Crow. There were plenty of
that's
movies.
right, The Crow.
Right. What did you say? Watchmen is not R. Watchmen is PG-13.
PG-13.
No, Watchmen was R, and the only reason it was R was because the big blue dick.
Big blue dick, right.
All right. Anyway.
And it was fairly violent. And it's a high level of violence in that film.
Yes, I would say so.
The whole prison sequence with the guy's arms getting sliced off, and there's a high level of violence in that film. So you're right, that was R. But Amy, we lost you. Oh, there you are. Kevin Feige, who is the head of Marvel Studios, got asked in the wake of the Deadpool, positivity out of the Deadpool thing, said, "Will there be Marvel R-rated films?" The MCU, because Deadpool's not MCU. X-Men, Fantastic Four, that's not MCU. Will there be R-rated MCU films? And Kevin Feige said no. We are sticking to PG-13 and will be our top level for these films. There's no reason for us to go R at these at all. Deadpool works perfectly for an R.
Yeah.
Right, because that character works perfectly.
Totally.
Yeah, you couldn't have done that any other way.
And Batman on his own, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are really going to do the Dark Knight, or if you're going to do the Killing Joke storyline,
which I hope they do,
which they're doing it. No, they are doing an animated Killing Joke. Bruce Timm.
That's right. No, I read that, and they got Conroy and Hamill to do that. Yeah.
So I just don't see why the world needs a Superman in an R-rated movie. And Superman, the problem I have with the Zack Snyder vision of what Superman is, and don't get me, Amy, you know this, the Christopher Reeve Superman. How many times have we watched that?
Those were like our favorite movies.
I love that first movie.
Even like I have a soft place in my heart for the third worst one with Richard Pryor. I mean, that was so terrible, but so horrifically bad in a good way. But
totally agreed.
Yeah, the first and second one are truly great films.
The problem I have with the Zack Snyder vision of Superman is it's so dark. Superman is supposed to be light and positive, and it's too dark. Him killing Zod, and I understand, and I read all the stuff about it was his only option, and he's really just becoming Superman. But then at the end of that movie, where he tells the general, he's like, "I grew up in Kansas. How much more American could I be?" Well, I don't know, maybe a little more, because you killed Zod. It's like. I mean,
you're not.
And everything I've seen so far, and I will see this movie. I want to see this movie. I mean, the idea that they're finally going to pull together, and I hope it does well, because I really would love to see a Justice League movie. I've wanted to see.
Well, you're gonna see it's done. It's already.
There's no guarantees.
There's no good, because if this movie,
if the movie doesn't do as well as they want it to. There's a possibility.
From what I've read, though, that they would stop production on the stuff they were already doing.
Yeah. They haven't shot a bit of footage yet. They're supposed to start in May. From what I read, they're supposed to start shooting in May. But right now, Affleck's in the middle of doing another movie right at the moment. So I don't know what the timing is, but I'm supposedly supposed to start shooting in May, Justice League. The script is supposedly done. Zach is directing it. So, but that's a tight window. They're premiering this movie in 2 weeks, and then they start shooting another one in 6 to 7, 8.
I think that you're just I think what we are forgetting is that there is an audience for this that has wanted to see this that aren't even comic book nerds or anything like that, but just people who out there in the world that are a casual, fan of Superman, a casual fan of Batman, that there are people that are
Are you referring to this movie, or are you referring to the Justice League movie?
No, I'm referring to Justin speculating on how well Batman v Superman is going to do, and I think that you're underestimating it. I think that there's a much bigger audience that wants to see that has interest in this, that's not just about getting geeks' asses in the seats, and that's that.
Well, but then I see. To me, that brings up another
And plus,
issue.
there's a whole nother. Plus, again, I read another headline that, and I said this to you before, Alex. After the Doom thing came out, then you were like, that's it. Everyone's like that they let out the villain. We know the whole story with the evil character already and everything. And I read again today that supposedly there's a super secret another villain
there's
that's
another
coming
one.
in.
But we did talk about that. You and I did have a conversation about
I'm just saying it was out again. There was another headline about that again today. And also, I forget the actress's name. And she had bright red hair, and it's speaking of there's
Jenna Malone.
Jenna Malone is also going to be on that DVD, and there's speculation that she's playing Oracle.
DVD?
The DVD that she got cut from the original.
The director's
cut.
cut.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about now. She got cut from the original. She's going to be in the R-rated director's cut.
And people were speculating that she was going to be playing the female version of. I mean, there's speculation that she was female version of Robin. The female version of Robin, and also
that she was going to be Oracle, Barbara.
Or that she was going to be Oracle because she dyed her hair bright red at one point, and she did not make it into the final cut of the movie, but she will be in the director's cut of the DVD.
So two things real quick on that. The first goes back to kind of what you were saying, that there is a whole nother set of fans who are not necessarily comic book aficionados, or who don't particularly care about whatever kind of authenticity or blah blah blah. To me, that's worrisome, because what you could have happen is hold on.
Well, that happened with Iron Man, and the fact that you had Robert Downey Jr.
Can you let me finish the thought I am trying to get out? Thank you.
Yeah.
The problem is that you could have, because it's happened in the past couple of years, a movie that critically is bad, but financially does very well, and thus spawns a universe of bad movies. And I would much rather not have that happen at all, and not have a bad Justice League movie or a bad continuation of the DC universe.
I don't think this movie is going to be bad at all. Justin's just wondering how many asses there are going to get. I was talking about how to get asses in the seat.
And I'm sorry, I'm with Justin. I think that the dark take on Superman, while interesting, while cool, is not the correct one.
It's not gonna be after this, though. This is a big. If this is gonna spawn Justice League.
Snyder. I'll say it. I don't trust Zack Snyder with these creative
I think it'll be like a dark Justice League. I don't think it's the tonality of it. You know what I'm saying, Amy?
I prefer it.
Okay, that's fine.
No, Princess.
I'm just saying the whole point of this is we have opinions, right?
Yes.
And I'm just saying that
I think that's why,
tone for Batman. Batman's supposed to be dark.
That tone works for Batman. That's, again, I'm with Justin. Give me
Superman,
an R-rated Batman
I'm with Ralph Garman. I didn't need hobo Superman. You know?
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, I'm with Ralph on it. It was too dark. It was too dark for Superman.
The hobo thing to me.
The vision of that
I'm with you.
It's carried over. I'm not saying I'm not going to see the movie. I'm totally going to see the movie because just to have that there's that one image, that frozen image of Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, to have the Holy Trinity of DC Comics in one image. I can't wait to see that up on a big screen. I want the film to succeed. I'm just saying that there are issues, and I have issues with the Marvel movies too. I'm allowed to have those issues. I'm a dork, and that's the whole point of this. Is that
movies.
I like this Suicide Squad movie. I want to see that too, but I have doubts about Will Smith carrying that film.
That was Deadshot, yeah.
And I have doubts about Jared Leto as Joker. Do I want to see it? Yeah, but he's got
and make no mistake,
fucking shoes to fill.
I just like Justin, I will see it, I want to see it, and I want it to succeed. What I'm saying is that I do not trust the creative team that's behind it that will let it succeed. I think they're going to.
You have to remember though that first of all they hired one of the writers also from why was I about to say Fargo? Ben Affleck's last big movie, Oscar-winning everything.
Argo.
No.
Argo.
Argo, thank you.
Okay.
That's how I was saying
Argo. I see where you could get Fargo from.
Right, exactly. They hired one of those people to help with the story. They know. I think Ben Affleck knew, and if you buy into him doing any kind of writing and tweaking and stuff, but I think them bringing in the writer from Argo onto it, that they knew that they needed more meat than what Zack Snyder has been able to come up with so far when it comes to an actual good storyline and not just great action sequences. We all know he could do that, and then everything else is just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Right.
But I think that's exactly why they brought, and that's what gives me hope, is because they knew, and they addressed it. And Argo is one of the best fucking screenplays. I mean, the writing team behind that is just great. Ben Affleck is awesome. I think it's fucking hysterical to imagine him writing shit down in costume, like in his fucking trailer. It's hysterical to me if it's true.
I hope that's not true. It's kind of.
I hope it's not true either, but if it is, it's funny.
The
but
screenwriter from Argo is, I'm with you there. I'm also, correct me if I'm mistaken, Nolan is an executive producer on this project, correct, Justin? Nolan?
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore.
And an interesting thing I did read today is that they were trying to figure out a part for Christian Bale. I read that.
Thankfully, that didn't happen. That would have been really
cool.
Yeah, they wanted to see if they could if they could figure out like a way to just incorporate him, but they couldn't figure it out. See, and so there's probably a good thing that didn't happen.
Zack Snyder, Chris Terrio, David Goyer. Sorry, I'm just going down the creative team. Continue amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. I
don't think so.
Help. February 2016, it was said that Ben Affleck helped write the film script dress in the uniform of Batman, blah, blah, blah. Henry Cavill. Hans Zimmer will return to compose the film's score.
That'll be great.
That'll be very cool. Junkie XL will also collaborate on the score and compose the theme for Batman.
Who?
Junkie XL, who's a Dutch DJ that does EDM, and I think that he might have been a part of the older scene at one point, but not good. Not, if that's true, Wikipedia, and I don't trust you on that. That could be disastrous. But no, I don't.
No, there's no Nolan involvement. No.
I'm just imagining do 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 do. Look at me, Batman on Batman.
You just did the Tim Burton theme.
I'm sorry. No, you know.
You can't hum the Nolan theme.
That's right. It's just wah wah. There you go. 2 notes.
Here was his quick thinking. However, Snyder he said it's another universe, so of course we couldn't hire Christian Bale as Batman if we wanted to, because he doesn't exist in our world. However, Snyder considered having Bale showing up as another character just as a weird nod to the separateness of their world.
All Stanley in the MCU kind of deal?
No.
The cameo of hey, I'm Christian Bale.
No.
No. They should come out and say it like the Joker from the Burton movies.
Oh, good.
And then tag them all over together.
No, I want him to come out and do his whole rant just like he did it. This is totally unprofessional.
He should just walk up to Ben Affleck and be like, "Oh God, for you!"
Oh, you think you're Batman? No. That would be fun.
You and I are through professionally, man.
We're totally through professionally.
All right.
Okay, so
This was an actual war, this one.
Yeah, we
even
had
though,
some more.
even though you guys were fighting with me over something that, when you watch this back, you're fighting with me. You fought with me over
nothing of what you speak.
Over me saying the movie looked good because there's conflict between them. And as
Amy, did it look like there was conflict between them?
Yes.
Yeah, really, a little bit.
And I think for me, I'll just take a note since we're wrapping up on Justin's headline and talking about the Superman be that man. Yeah, I'm tired too. I think going towards the darker side of things, which I think things will probably lighten up once the Justice League have to band together, if everything goes as planned, because then they'll have to go against the Suicide Squad and all that other stuff, and everything will come to terms together. But I think that the darker it has more is more modern, and it also gets that, what do you think of when you think Justice League? You think of that 70s cartoon of everybody being, come on, friends, best friends, work together, and
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
And that ridiculous Aquaman, and just, I think it's like, yeah, exactly, like fucking dolphin, sonar shit, blonde, he's a big pussy. Like, I think that it's a good direction for them to go all together. I think with Superman, I think what they did with Superman was leading up with Man of Steel is that they had to lead up to a point that got Batman that pissed off to seek revenge on him, and also prepare Superman. This is the first time that somebody, besides, Alien and stuff like that, and things that another quote-unquote superhero is going against him. So he has to have this, like, conflict. He has emotion. Just
I don't
because
disagree that
he's never not had emotion.
Right, but the whole, I think one of the things that's I'm
saying setting up to get to where we are.
Right.
They had to make Man of Steel that way.
But Superman and Batman, throughout the entire history of their character storylines, have always had a choice on whether or not to take a life. And I know that
there's a huge. What do you guys think about the huge gun on the front of that awesome new Batmobile? Although people are speculating if there's actual bullets that are used or what, but there's a big, huge fucking gun.
Bullets.
No, but I'm just saying that's a huge Batman thing to not use guns.
I just
think
to
never shoot anybody.
I think it's unbecoming of the character as they. I just think it was a step too far. That there are ways in which that you could have handled the ending of that movie without Superman killing Zod. Superman doesn't kill. Batman does not kill. Those are two cruxes of their character, and you can't just be like.
You never 100%. No, you can't. You don't always.
All the time. So there you go.
Batman does beat the shit out of people, but you never not know that.
But
it never says, well, they're never dead.
You never see Batman take a life.
You don't.
You never see Superman take a life.
Superman, I agree, but Batman, can't you infer plenty of times that the shit that he's doing kills these fucking people, even though they're not specifically saying, oh, they're dead?
No, the ethos of the character is he's never supposed to kill, because his parents were killed. That's you saw that in Batman Begins when he's with the League of Shadows.
No,
and
I know.
And Ra's al Ghul says, justice means to be swift, and he's like, no, I can't do that. He's like, then I'm just another one of them.
Now,
Greg. But in the things with the movies and stuff, does it look like that some of those things that he did to people, that there's any way they could have survived?
Sure.
I would just figure that
the
it
Joker
was
very
for.
He's a master martial artsman who would know how to I was going to say disembowel somebody, but to disable
Five finger death punch.
to disable someone to the point of them not being able to fight any longer, but not to be dead. I'm gonna tie this back to Marvel for 1 second, and then we should try to wrap this up.
Okay.
The other trailer that dropped this week or the other day was the final Daredevil Punisher for the next Daredevil series on. Did I say the Daredevil Punisher? The Daredevil trailer.
Yeah, you did say Daredevil Punisher.
Because that's where my brain is at.
Yeah.
The final Daredevil trailer for the second season, and the Daredevil and the Punisher are two sides of the same coin, right? And there's a moment in one of the trailers, and it's in the show, and it's in the comic books, where Punisher says to Daredevil, "You're one bad night away from becoming me." And Punisher kills. Punisher is no doubt he's out there.
Do you still have all your stuff, Justin? Your Punisher stuff?
I have all my comic books. I never got rid of anything.
No, I know, but you did. Didn't you do like work for? Didn't you get like some cool stuff?
I did Spawn stuff.
Spawn
stuff.
Oh, it's a hair.
So the ethos of his character is he kills. He's so far gone that he kills people because justice isn't doing enough, you know. And he'll
make them punish.
No, he punishes
them.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
exactly. You needed the bad joke from you there.
But the Batman is that same thing. Is that if he kills, he's just becoming one of them, and he does not kill. And the guns that he has obviously he's using that gun on Superman, and I guess he's trying to kill Superman. I don't understand. Like, he's so angry at Superman. And there's precedent. There's this thing that happens in the comic books and in one of the cartoon series, one of the cartoon Justice League movies, that Batman has a fallback plan for every member of the Justice League. He knows how to take out every single member of the Justice League. He has a plan.
Should they ever turn?
Should they ever turn? Because in the Justice League and in the DC universe, he is one of the very, very few superheroes who have no powers. And on the Justice League, he's the only one that has no powers. Everyone else has a power.
Yeah, I know. He's always got an escape clause. Yeah.
He's got this file, and he's got methods to take down every single member of the Justice League.
Well, he's smart too.
What was that movie that he revealed? That I'm trying to.
It's one of the cartoon films.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, and that was the thing that I wanted to touch on real brief before we get back to that. Speaking as the millennial Gen Y person, there is a whole generation of kids now, Amy, whose first interaction with the Justice League is not the 70s cartoon.
Right.
For a lot of us, it was the mid-2000s cartoon that came out, which took a much more serious tone. It was in the same kind of vein as the Batman and Superman animated series on the WB in the 90s.
Oh, in the 90s.
And,
I'll look it up.
I think it because it ran.
It's on Netflix.
It ran.
Oh, it is.
It ran live after we moved back from England. It must have been like 12
or 13. What's it called? Justice League.
It's just Justice League.
Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
Unlimited. Those were the two, and really well done. Big motivation behind why I would like to see a Black Green Lantern, because I think that the Jon Stewart character and that's the name of the Black Green Lantern, Jon Stewart.
That's your Green Lantern. You grew up with that.
And it's a really compelling character, and I know that all the other ones came before, and that the Green Lantern is one of those heroes that doesn't have to be one person. It gets passed from lantern to lantern, so to speak. But I think that the whole vein of we have to take it dark because of our silly, beginnings. I don't think that sells.
And they fix Aquaman in the series.
They do fix Aquaman in the series. Yes, very much so.
And,
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
it's certainly,
definitely take a
he's no
look at
Jason Momoa. Don't get me wrong. Jason Momoa is probably going to be the baddest assest.
the best place they ever fixed Aquaman is there's this video game. Is it Justice League Injustice Gods Amongst Us or something like that?
I think that's what it's called.
The finishing move, Aquaman's finishing move, it's like Mortal Kombat but with superheroes.
Did you see the trailer for the Mortal Kombat game?
Kombat XL.
Yeah, the game is crazy.
Every skin ever. Oh, if I had a computer that worked, I would spend the $60 to buy that thing in a second.
The Aquaman's finishing move is a wave comes across the screen and a shark comes out of the wave and eats your opponent.
Oh my god, that's
Fatality.
It's so good. All right, guys.
All right.
All right.
That's another
fun.
episode.
Yeah, we'll actually get to the war next time in part 2.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Gotcha. All right, guys.
All right.
All right,
Until
love you.
next
Peace
time.
out, Sibs. Until next time.
See you, Sibs.
See you, Sibs.
Peace out, Sibs.
Bye.